Do you feel the excitement? Do you feel the thrill? Well, I'm committed. Pretty intense, isn't it? Well, is commitment really that intense? Let's find out right after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 178. Cha-ching. Yeah. So if you remember last episode, I shared with you that being committed is more important for me than being purposeful. But this is not that obvious, because I also shared with you that being purposeful is a deeper state, or in other words, more intense. However, for me, intensity is not a test of importance. Meaning, for me, the fact that the state of being purposeful is more intense doesn't make it more important for me. I give you an example. It's like urgent versus important. You see, urgent has this sense of intensity in it, isn't it? Because usually there's a deadline when something is urgent, so it might feel intense, right? But does it make it more important necessarily? At least for me, most of the time, not really. Because I can see the emails in front of my face that I sort of feel that I need to respond to them as soon as possible. They might be urgent, but does it make them more important? For example, for me, spending quality time with my friends, with my family, helping them, talking to them, communicate with them, taking care of myself, my health, eating right, training, working out. These are the things that are more important for me. And they're not as urgent, right? Because I can always train tomorrow. I can always call my parents tomorrow. But it doesn't make them, the fact that they are not urgent doesn't make them not as important. And vice versa. The things that might seem urgent right now, answering these emails, checking out these notifications, doesn't necessarily make them more important. At least for me. So this is exactly how I see intensity. Because urgency has the sense of intensity in it because of the time. There's a deadline, there's something that makes it a bit more intense that might trick us, at least sometimes tricks me, to feel that something is important. But then I rethink about it again, and I remind myself that urgency is not a test of importance. And going back to intensity, this is one of the reasons why being committed is more important to me than being purposeful, even though being purposeful is more intense than being committed. This is my main point for you for the day. And now, I want to show you how it looks like, how it feels like to be committed. Even though it's not that intense, it's not like jumping around, super excited about being committed. However, it's still a state that I want to be in, and it is still my second priority. This is still the priority series, yes! And I remind you, it is not only about what do we value the most, or what do we value generally, because I do value being purposeful, I do value being committed, but the tough question in the priority series that we try to answer every episode is what more important for us. So as I shared with you, being committed is more important to me than being purposeful, even though being purposeful is more intense. And I will show you how it looks like or feels like when I'm stepping into that state of being committed. Usually I step into that state when I'm starting to push myself, going through the motions, doing the execution, doing the next step. So this is how it looks like. And at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going for it. Yes, this is how it looks like. A bit subtle, I know. It's not that intense. And that's the point. The fact that it is not that intense doesn't mean it's not important. And for me, it's more important than being purposeful. Next episode, I'll share with you why do I choose sometimes the less intense states as more important, and specifically commitment. But more about that in the next episode. So back to you. I have an interesting sign for you regarding urgency and importance. I want you to play with it. I want you to think about your day. I want you to think about the urgent things you'll have today. Or if this is the evening, think about tomorrow. So think about the next urgent things that you might encounter and ask yourself, does it make it important? Are they important for you? So again, think about your day, whether it's today or tomorrow. Think about the urgent things that you might have during the day and ask yourself, are they important? Raise that level of awareness and make the distinction between urgency and importance. Do it today. Do it today. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.